He won the Universal Championship, the prestigious title he would hold for a very long time. The key to his success was a cohesive character, one he could truly identify with.
He kind of made himself into what he thought he should have been this whole time, and that obviously worked.
We learned the most from failure, and Roman had his share of knocks, and finally it's just like, okay, I'm doing it my own way. And it has been a wrap ever since. It has been drop mic conversation over. There's nobody like him. He should be compared only to himself.
Above all else, it is a wrestler's role that determines whether fans love or hate them. Roman Reigns grew into the character he had always wanted to be.
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
The Tribal Chief, a man of power and authority who bends the rules to defend family pride.
My whole life I wanted to be somebody significant. I wanted to be a man of influence. But little did I know it was going to be through connecting into the skin of the Tribal Chief. I didn't realize that that's what I was after my entire life.
Yet the Tribal Chief on television isn't entirely who he is. There's a distinction.
Roman's not a people pleaser. He doesn't give a what anybody thinks about him. He can't, because that's always been the thing that's let him down. That's the difference between Joe and Roman, is I've taken one side of Joe and I've completely magnified it, spotlighted it. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. He'll do whatever he has to do to be the very best. Sometimes the bad guys win.
An old saying in wrestling goes, the best character is just the real person turned up to 200%. Roman Reigns achieved what had long been overdue, a credible character.
Everything has purpose, and that comes with knowing what your character is. You're trying to capture people's imagination. That's what you do. They have to believe in you, and people believe in Roman. Whether they like him, they don't like him, they believe in him.
The ultimate goal in wrestling is to tell compelling stories. Great stories are built on strong characters. The Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, spearheaded a revolutionary storyline, the Bloodline feud. It was an epic drama centered around family unity, brutal power struggles, and betrayal. Alongside Roman was Paul Heyman. When Lesnar was uncertain about re-signing, Heyman found himself in limbo. He still had his backstage role, but no on-screen character to stand behind. The only person he wanted to work with was Roman Reigns, as Joe explained in his interview with Logan Paul.
He went from the big dog to the Tribal Chief. He went from being the best of this generation to the greatest of all time. Just like that.
As the ruler, Reigns had Heyman as his strategic advisor and was flanked by his brothers Jimmy and Jey Uso. Then the outsider Sami Zayn joined the mix.
Here's this really fun character interacting with this really serious character. He's just not himself right now, that's it, okay? Lately, he just hasn't been very Usi.
The story escalated when loyalty within the bloodline began to fracture. Fans were on the edge of their seats, many praising it as cinematic storytelling in the wrestling ring.
The Tribal Chief said he wants peace.
I don't give a damn what the Tribal Chief said. What I feel like people have been begging for a long time, long-term storytelling. And that's a testament to the entire bloodline. Myself, Wise Man, Usos, Solo, and Sami.
Roman Reigns crafted one of the best storylines in wrestling history. The audience was eager to see what would happen next. Reactions in the arenas were deafening, and the ratings for Bloodline segments soared. On camera, the Usos became his bitter enemies, but backstage, their friendship grew deeper than ever before. Joe was always there for them. In every emotional low, every marital issue, and every relapse, he listened to them and tried to help them. Jimmy and Jey had been caught driving under the influence multiple times. Yet in a time filled with judgment and scandalous headlines, Joe stood by their side.
He just always checks on me, always checks on my brother, mentally. How y'all doing? Always tapping in when I really need him.
Man, I love Boots for that, So, my head goes off to him, man. He's so blessed. I get to do this for him. Talk about this kind of stuff. Damn, I didn't even know I was gonna get emotional, man. But I love him, man.
Brother, you have been all the pieces here this morning, baby. Really arrived and so glad
I think it's very fair to say that Roman Reigns is the most cinematic portrayal of what a champion is in the history of sports entertainment.